Hi guys, in this video I'm going to show you guys how to draw Hinata and Naruto. This is going to be a beginner-friendly, easy step-by-step tutorial. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, for Naruto, you're going to want to start with some really basic shapes. This is how I start all my drawings. Alright, let's go ahead and start on the legs. You'll notice that I put a triangle. It's a little bit like a superhero underwear. And next we'll go ahead and do the feet. Now with the feet, I'm kind of thinking about it like an extruded triangle. Over here, I'm doing two different styles. You can do whatever style you'd like. All right, next we'll go ahead and start on the arm. Now when you're starting on the arm, it's important to not make it like sausages. Make sure you have an overlap. Think about it like a scissor. Make sure your elbows are a bit pointy at the edges, not like a sausage, but more like a scissor where there's an overlap. Okay, next we're gonna go ahead and start working on the hands. Okay, so for these hands, I'm thinking about palm, finger, and thumb. I'm kind of boxing it out, really simple shapes. Notice how I did the palm, then the fingers, then the thumb, how it kind of curves back around. Then I'm gonna go ahead and do the other hand. All right, for this other hand, it's a little bit trickier. You kind of want to think about it like a box. First, I did that thumb. Now the fingers are gonna go ahead and just box around, a little bit like a stick of butter. All right, I'm gonna add a little bit of detail to the fingers. Notice how I'm dividing it up into fours. And now we can go ahead and start working on the clothing. Now look at this, how I kind of did a cylinder for the clothes. It's a little bit like drawing the planet Saturn, those rings around it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that for the clothing. Working a bit on the neck area here. And then the other arm, it's a little bit like the ring of Saturn. Okay, let's go ahead and continue to work on the body. Just really simple stripes. Now we're gonna go ahead and start working on the legs. Make sure to do the zipper, a couple of pockets, just really simple details. Notice how I did the details after I did the basic shapes, okay? You don't wanna jump into the details too early. And now I'm gonna go ahead and start working on the shoes. Now notice how the shoes kind of have a ring around them as well. It's kind of like a cylinder, very important to make it 3D. Here we go, working on these shoes. Notice how I'm just kind of curving it around. All right, it's looking pretty good so far. Just adding a little bit of shading to some of the darkest areas, that dark blue in the reference photo. And we can go ahead and start working a bit on the head. I just put in the ears and the headband. Now I'm gonna work a little bit on the hair, just really simple shapes. And we're gonna zoom in a little bit and start working a bit on the face. Okay, now check out the way I'm working on the mouth here. Just really simple. Simple eyes, simple mouth, nothing too fancy. Just a little bit of teeth there. I'm just shading in anything that's dark. So my darkest darks in this piece are gonna be anything that is blue, okay? Anything that's black and blue in the reference photo, I'll make that a bit darker. That's like dark chocolate. And anything that's orange, I'll make it a lighter gray, like light chocolate, like milk chocolate. Okay, so that's how I'll handle the shading. Just a dark, a white, and then a medium. And then the color, I don't have that recorded, but I basically put this on a multiply layer and just colored below it. All right, next, let's go ahead and work on Hinata. So I'm combining these two reference images together to get kind of like a cosplay stylized anime drawing. Let's go ahead and start with basic shapes. For Hinata, I am doing more of a rounded triangle for the upper torso. Okay, I'm doing a diamond for the hip, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put in legs. You'll notice there are some differences between the cosplayer and the anime. Try to look at it and figure out what the differences are. There's going to be differences in proportion, in anatomy, in terms of like the clothing, how it's stylized. Do take note at the ankles. Look how skinny the ankles are. I see a lot of students when they're drawing ankles, they make the ankles too wide. Okay, your wrist and your ankles generally will get a lot smaller. All right, working a little bit on the pants. Notice how I kind of created that elastic band and that wristband around it. Now, in the cosplay outfit, the jacket is very boxy, but in the anime version, it's a little bit more fitted. So I'm just gonna fit it just a little bit more. And look at the hood too. In the cosplayer version, the hood is just really flat, but in the anime, the hood is just really kind of bouncy, very full. I'm also shortening the sleeves just a little bit so we can see the hands. In the cosplayer version, the hands are completely gone. All right, working on some details here. Now we can go ahead and start working a bit on the hands. All right, working a bit on the hair now. Keeping the hair fairly simple and working a bit up on the eyes. Very simple face. Now notice how I shaded in the hair a little bit, kept that really simple. Have that highlight along the top and just added a couple of lines there. I'm gonna go ahead and do shading. Again, the dark blue, right, or the black is gonna be my darkest colors. And then I'm just gonna do a little bit of shading for the purple areas, but keep that lighter than the dark blue. So yeah, that's about it. And then I have this in color as well. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed that tutorial. Subscribe to see more content. Thank you, bye.